the satellite saying, Victor?
Right now, not a goddamn thing. I lost the signal.
Hey, you know what never loses signal? Paper.
When I came into Naughty Dog, I started on Uncharted 3, and I headed up the co-op. So I designed all the co-op levels there, and then when I finished that, I moved over into The Last of Us, and I worked on the playable Ellie sections. And now I'm here finishing up Uncharted 4.
Hey, so with our luck, what are the odds this volcano is going to erupt on us?
0. It's extinct. Trust me, that's the first thing I looked up when we...
You're the lead designer of Uncharted 4. How does being one of the spearheads for a massive game like this make you feel?
Well, it was kind of exciting and intimidating, first coming on and to be moved into a lead position on Uncharted 4. I started Uncharted as a fan. You know, I played Uncharted 1 and 2 as a fan, and then came into the studio and, you know, just all that stuff that makes Uncharted exciting. Like, it was a honor to get into that and start to explore that and see how to push that and work closely with a very, talented team to really see what an Uncharted adventure is on a PlayStation 4.
So what are some of your main design principles of Uncharted 4?
Well, of course, we're sticking with, the action blockbuster. We're sticking with that story, and then we got to go to the core tenets of Uncharted, which are that exploration, that like combat, that really smooth feeling traversal gunplay. You can go and move about the space in a unique way. We've got our puzzle elements. We've got what's always been important is the people that you're with. So all of these. So spending just a large amount of time in getting AI that works very, very well. Working with the AI team, working with a bunch of designers to create these beautiful and unique spaces to both explore and traverse, and kind of do that Uncharted puzzle solving just in climbing, just in like poking around the space and finding cool little nooks and crannies, and taking advantage now of some of the new stuff that we're bringing, like the grappling hook, and just getting excited about how that works in traversal. Just that nice big swing, through a jungle, through a cliffside, through old buildings, and also how that works in a combat space, to suddenly get an advantage on somebody. Just all these elements coming together to just kind of send you off on this cool new adventure.
So how far can you take the stealth mechanic in the game, and how much does that impact the overall experience, you think?
Stealth is something that's always been in Uncharted. In the past we created like ways to make sure you came in kind of undetected, and then you'd have a moment to kind of do as much as you could in stealth, and then it would go up into that frantic gunplay, and that was a fun loop, and that's kind of where we were before. But we just really liked the idea of being able to go in and out of that in a little bit of a more fluid way. We took advantage of that in The Last of Us, and wanted to push it and to see how it worked in Uncharted. And so having things like stealth grass and having the ability to mark enemies just gives you that sense of being able to be a little more tactical at the start. You can always, just gives you a few more bits of information to go and maybe take down a couple extra guys before really kicking up into that frantic gunplay and that large-scale combat that is also just really exhilarating and Uncharted.
All right. So, how do you create a believable and interesting character in the game? Is there a formula for that?
No. I would love to. I would love to know that formula as well. I'm sure anybody would. Like we know Nathan Drake, right? We kind of know at least a little bit about how he behaves, and and this obsession he kind of has with his treasure hunting. And when we started to do Uncharted 4, and we knew this was going to be his last story, we kind of had to go back and look at, well, what do you know and what don't you know about him? He actually doesn't tell a lot of people about his past. So here he is making this commitment to Elena at the start of this game of we're not going to do that dangerous stuff anymore. It's too risky. Let's just live a normal life. And then you find out he has a brother that he thought he had lost. and he hasn't even told Elena about that. So he still has these secrets about him, and it became important to us to kind of explore that. Even with some of the fidelity of the PlayStation 4, you see more so than ever some of the physical costs that this treasure hunting even our art, like these cuts and bruises that he gets muddy, like this adventure takes a toll on him. So I think all of that contributes to him being relatable.
You have this section of the fan base that really kind of worships Uncharted 2 as like the pinnacle of the series. Does that affect the development of Uncharted 4 in any way?
No, I like the conversation around Uncharted 2 and 3, and I think it was important to us to just make the game that we thought was important to make. I mean, I don't think that really influenced any decisions we would make. When looking at Uncharted 4, we really just wanted to see what we could push. Wanted to see, what is a new and exciting core combat space. Because Uncharted still needs that really good, sometimes the language Bruce Straley will use is just that meat and potatoes. Just that the combat, it needs to just feel good, right? To go into cover, to poke out, to go to that edge, to move around in that, to climb over that stuff. All that needs to feel great, right? And so we relook at all those animations, and I think now that we have all of these different elements, like driving, like traversal, like rope, like variety of gunplay, additional guns, like all these things, now we need to spread them out and kind of tell this whole story. So for us, it's kind of it's a pacing issue, where I think Uncharted 3 did have some of the most amazing set pieces the franchise has seen. I think it was just a reminder to us of how important that each moment contribute to the story and the arc, and that you don't ever feel like you're doing something just for the sense of spectacle. That it's about this, even in the demo we've shown of Nate driving through this market space in Madagascar with things flying and all these different things breaking, that he's doing that to rush to get to his brother to save him, that you understand why he's going through this thing. And it's cool to me even that on the PlayStation 4 that can feel like a set piece, just the sheer amount of people and terrain you're going through, and the destruction that's happening, all that contributes to just feeling really pretty cool.